Midnight Blizzard, which I guess is Russian, is sending reverse RDP phishing, which is a tactic that we announced or released in 2022. And I'm assuming they read our blog and were like, that's a good idea. And now they're doing it. Did we tell Microsoft to fix it? Yeah, we did.
A remote desktop's already built into Microsoft Windows and all the other platforms, so it's really easy to interact with. So it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
It is a feature. And when we use this tactic on our clients, what we recommend is don't allow these files inbound. Don't allow RDP files. If you're a Black Hills Information Security Red Team client, you didn't get affected by this campaign because we already tried it and it didn't work. I want to talk about the Stealer takedown. This one, RedLine, they found the creator who's a Russian national. They don't appear to have tried to use any opsec at all. If you're a Russian national making malware, do you need opsec? There are like hundreds of these things. The concept of taking down one of them is like saying we took down this ransomware. It's like, okay, well, guess what? Like there's Lockbit 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. There's probably Lockbit 19.0.
It's not through the phishing campaigns because most of the times those get blocked by a corporation. A lot of times I found that they are coming through because of cracked software on a personal machine.
Let's talk about Disney.
You know, the Disney employee went through and...
Ex-employee.
Yeah, ex-employee. It seems like he changed the name for like the font files so that like when it fetches like the fancy Disney font file, it's bringing up wingdings instead. So it breaks that. The printed menus, he changed the QR codes on the printed menus. And then also like just as like the, hacks that can impact, life is removing some of the allergen information from menus and from information. So he did all of that as kind of a disgruntled ex-employee that still had access.
If you're considering being a disgruntled employee yourself, would not recommend. This person's facing up to 15 years in prison or something.
Security researchers find a zero-click bug in the Sonology Photos app.
These things are botnets waiting to happen.
Yes. But my remediation here is to think about how you use this device. For a lot of people, this Photos app is maybe getting shared with a couple people. So just putting it behind a VPN is probably a really great step. And you should think about that in all of the security of any kind of public-facing device, right? Does it need to be consumed by any random person on the internet, or does it just need to be consumed by my company internally? Then I don't need it on the internet.
My opinion on these kinds of things is any product like this that's sold without auto updates is not worth buying. Did anyone keep track of that Sofos one?
They were fighting back against Chinese attackers. And so they were putting malware on the devices so that they could track when they were getting attacked.
I think this is pretty cool to be like installing backdoors on your own devices, shipping them to China, or like, let's make an eBay listing and for like this product or whatever. Is that unethical? Imagine if you buy a Sophos firewall on eBay and they thought they were selling it to China. You're just a guy and they're monitoring all the stuff you're doing.
Microsoft is asking $30 if you want to delay switching to Windows 11. They're getting into the ransomware game. So many systems can't run Windows 11. Like none of the hardware that I have in my household is capable of running Windows 11. And some of it isn't that old.
For the people that don't know and don't care, it will have zero impact on them. They won't get the updates and they won't care. For the people who are take my Windows 10 from my cold dead hands. Why? I don't know why, but these people exist. They can pay the $30 and continue to use Windows 10. And for everyone else, they already upgraded to Windows 11, so they don't care. I think it's actually like, and obviously it does cost Microsoft money to support legacy operating systems. That's not rocket science to understand. Keeping these things, teams, probably large teams of people running, is not cheap. Will they make very much money from this, though? Probably not. Colorado voting machine passwords ended up in a spreadsheet on the internet. They are BIOS passwords. What are you doing in there? Oh, sorry, I'm rebooting the voting machine and getting into the BIOS.
They require physical access most of the time, right? And they are definitely possible, and there have been known attacks, so on and so forth, right? What we haven't seen, though, is them, doing it at scale, or causing some sufficient, change in, the results, right?
I will say every time they recount, they have to post another password to that spreadsheet. It's really inconvenient.
Join us for live InfoSec news every Monday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the Black Hills InfoSec YouTube channel.